Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more of The Sims 4 Falling Stars, which is our Star Sign Solar System Legacy Challenge. And I'm sorry that everything is sped up super short and janky as all hell this week because my recording software, for some reason, jacked up my microphone volume. Like, I don't know, it shouldn't do that on its own, but obviously something happened and it just jacked up the volume. And so everything was just god awful. Because I can get loud, especially when I'm yelling at my douchebag Sims. And like, then it's like extremely like high pitch, like crackling. Like, it's just god awful. And I don't want you to have to sit through that because it happens a lot. It's not just like a little bit here and there. It's anytime I get loud, which is half the time. So, anyway, this pop up right here was for some reason, what's her face from Moonwood Mill calling and being like, your so and so left you money. And I was debating on this for a long time because I was like, I mean, I know what options are what, and I was kind of trying to debate should Taco say, yes, give me money, and then be forced into marrying Kiyoshi, even though he doesn't want to get married. He's non committal, so that would make him miserable. And then I was like, well, it was a really hard decision for me to make, so I decided not to do that because I know that eventually Indiana's going to move out, and later Taco has to move in with him when he's an adult, well, an elder or whatnot. So, like, that would be breaking up the family anyway. But it was really hard because I know Taco's in this place, especially with his midlife crisis, which in the very beginning, when we were watching him build the treehouse, I was like, I wish I could switch his midlife crisis. I was trying to see if I could pick a different one, but you can't even force a different one if a Sim's already had one. So, like, and I'm sorry, as an adult, I've had a midlife crisis on a daily basis, so I think it's unrealistic that you can't have more than one. I guess maybe the game is like because your Sim would be having them 32 times a day. Ever soon as they got rid of one, they'd get a new one because that's what happens with illnesses and anything. So it's probably a good idea in the game that they don't let you have more than one. But anyway, at least I don't think you can. It's just it was like, oh, you can't change your midlife crisis if you're in one or have had one or something. I don't know. I saw it and I was like, I don't know what that means, but whatever. And I didn't want to cancel him having a midlife crisis and then try to do it just for it to not give him back one. I want him to be tense and have the crisis because I just feel like it fits him, even though his outdoorsy one doesn't fit his personality. But like, whatever. Having a midlife crisis fits Taco absolutely because like he's non-committal. He wasn't supposed to be in this relationship, but leave it to one of Colorado's heirs to just be extremely fertile and keep knocking up their significant other and whatnot. Oh, we're having real play on the treehouse because I just love that. It's so cute. The little interactions. I love seeing the imagination stuff. It's adorable. And I kind of always forget that it's a thing when you're playing with kids. Like, so like, and then we do decorate the treehouse. So I'm gonna go through and see the different decorations on it. So you can kind of see those in the background. They might go fast, but whatever. Um, yeah. So like Taco's midlife crisis, I just kind of wanted it to be different, but and I didn't want to choose the thing where he had to marry Kiyoshi because like I'm like, even though this is not how he wanted his life to go, you know what I mean? He always hung out with his grandfather. He always hung out with Colorado. I think they went adventuring together and whatever. And I think he thought of himself, even though he wasn't going to be an adventurer like Colorado, he kind of always was definitely not thinking like, I'm going to have like this family and we're going to have and like all that kind of shit. Like, I don't think he was prepared for that. Um, so things definitely didn't go according to plan, but he does love his family and he loves Kiyoshi, so like it's hard for him to like be dealing with that. Like thinking, I love my family, but this isn't how I wanted my life to go. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's very true to life. I feel like there's definitely people that have that where you're like, I like my life. I love my family. I love my life, but this isn't how it should have gone. If I planned out this is not what I planned. This is not where I saw myself. And so there's still that part of you that, even though you love your life, you're still like, this shouldn't be it. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be something that's very difficult to balance. Um, So you feel a little bit guilty that you're thinking that like your life should have been different when you have a boyfriend and like 3 kids. But, you know, and especially because Taco was gonna leave Kiyoshi, he was gonna break up and leave him, and then Kiyoshi got pregnant with twins, and it was like, oh god, we can't do this now. So, Kiyoshi just kind of spoiled all the plans that we were supposed to be doing in this game, whatever for this generation. But it's fine. Like we just gotta wing it. So like I obviously I love this challenge and I like following it because it gives you a lot of different things to do, but we're not gonna hit everything perfectly and we never have with challenges and you know, especially now with all the new dynamics and everything like that the game's added, a lot of challenges were written before that and it was like, "Oh, you have a difficult relationship." And now it's like, "Well, but actually my Sims get along." So like I either have to force it or I just deal with the fact that I'm never going to fit the challenge perfectly. So, we're not going to fit the challenge perfectly, but, it's okay. We're trying to work with it a little bit. But yeah, so Indiana's just here at school studying and doing all that stuff, so we're just going to follow him around for the day. I don't know if this is before or after. I don't remember. I was kind of looking through his friend panel at one point, and there is a sim in here. Was his name Christopher? I can't fucking remember his name. I don't know. But he actually does have a school friend. I don't know. I know it doesn't happen in this school day. I think it's the next one. But I don't remember when he came over, but like he comes over and he wants to be best friends with Taco. So it was like, Taco. Oh my god, Indiana. So Indiana, of course, says yes. So we're like, he's got his best friend now, and they're also going to prom as friends. We'll probably see that later, but just in case I'm talking about something else and I forget. So that's kind of cute. And I was like, well, they're friends. He wants to go to prom as friends. And like and also it's GeekCon, so we're gonna skip out on school a little early so we can go because he has to always go to GeekCon. And unfortunately, GeekCon stupidly is in the middle of a weekday during the day. A lot of the other festivals are like at night. So like I don't understand why GeekCon wasn't set up to be like on a weekend. Like always on a Saturday or Sunday instead of like the middle of the day on a Wednesday. Cause this is just stupid. So I'm like, and he's got his after school activity, which I'm just like, you know what, it'll be fine. You'll just miss your after school activity. And then I just decide, because I didn't realize, I'm like, oh, GeekCon only goes till 4. So we end, I'm like, shit, I can't go. So I end school. So, yeah. That is, he's got an A. It's fine, but he does end up losing his, he's drops out of range of being responsible because he kind of he like skips half a day of school and he doesn't go to his after school activity, but like whatever. He's also not gonna get his thing up, his aspiration, because he's never gonna get to level 3 of his school thing because I think he ages up on Friday or Saturday. So he's gonna, oh my god, he's gonna be a young adult soon, isn't he? Holy shit. Yeah, so I'm just putting him in his costume. So there he is. Look, he's Joker from Persona 5. That's fun. And I'm gonna have him go around and take photos with cosplayers. And the one that he ends up taking photos with, he does a regular one with her, but when I take actual photos, it's actually with Uncle Junior, who is Bree's husband. Do they actually get married? I don't remember if I had them get married or they're at least engaged, but whatever. It's his uncle for all intents and purposes. So there's Junior in the background. So we're going to get photos with him. And then Junior later ends up as Llama Man. So we get more pictures with him in that costume. It's bizarre, but whatever. He just changed midway through GeekCon, even though there's only like an hour left. So at least Indiana's at his GeekCon because he always has to go. So now the next one will be in 2 weeks. And that'll be like partway through. He'll be about 10 days into his young adult phase at that point. Young adult phase, young adult lifespan. So, I mean, I think that kind of works out well because he's got to like have a rom com meet cute at GeekCon. They get married right away. And he'll be like almost an adult. You know what I mean? Well, he'll be halfway. Well, I think he'll have like probably like 18 days. So he'll be a third of the way through his like young adult lifespan, whatever. So, you're getting there and you're like, oh my God, and like, I'm going to be an adult soon. He's having a quarter life crisis, I guess, at that point. And like, so it makes sense why they would like then get married really fast and then like start a family fast and like whatever. So I think that works out. Um, you know, eh, because the challenge is like, oh, you meet you get married really fast, you have kids, and then your spouse has to cheat on you and everything like that. So it's going to be like a whirlwind because he's going to have 10 days into his young adult lifespan. So yeah, it'll be cool. Anyway, so yeah, so there's Junior again, dressed as Llama Man, so getting more pictures. Um, yeah, so that's that. I don't remember what I was talking about before we went to GeekCon. Oh yeah, his friend I think is gonna come over when we get back home and like want to be best friends. But then I was thinking, well, maybe this is the friend that you, after you leave your spouse, you end up with. You know what I mean? Because they're best friends and whatnot. Or I don't know. So we'll see. I might go in if I remember at some point and tweak our little best friendo, give him some custom content because his summer outfit, which you'll see later next time we go to school, is just it's not atrocious. It's just the pattern on the top and the pattern on his shorts really just don't go. It's not the worst of towny outfits. Anyway, Geekom is supposed to end, and like 2 hours later, things were finally starting. I was like, all right, we'll just go home. I had him do the hackathon, but I don't like it never popped up if who won or anything because Geekom was kind of glitching out leaving. Um, so we're back. I'm gonna have him do his homework, and I was gonna change him, but then I'm like, no, you know what? Just run around as Joker. It's kind of fun. So, and I keep thinking I want to get rid of this damn droid because everybody keeps talking to it. And I was also thinking like it's disappointing because all of the stuff in his room we can't put in his inventory to take with us. You know what I mean? That's where I noticed he wasn't gonna get his aspiration, and I was like, whatever, it's fine. We're not gonna get up to level 3 because he isn't anywhere near getting promoted to level 2, and he doesn't have the after school activity on Wednesday, and then he ages up on like Friday. So like I doubt it's gonna happen, and so it's fine. He wasn't gonna ever finish his aspiration anyway. It's just a kid one. So anyway, those are the pictures that he took with Junior, putting him with his other cosplay photos. And it's just kind of sad because like a lot of his stuff we can't bring with him when he leaves. But I guess anything that we can put in his inventory we'll take, and you can actually put your droid in your inventory. So fun that. Um, anybody who Oh yeah, here's Christopher Bowers. There you go. And then I realized too that Indiana is like he's attracted to everyone. Basically every single person I clicked on that was a teenager when I was going through his panel later. I think it's tomorrow when he's at school. I'm like very attractive. I'm like, God damn, you're like just in love with everyone. I was trying to figure out Christopher obviously had to be born in game, and I was kind of going through and I'm like, maybe he wasn't. Because like this save file, I can't remember. I had 2 different save files I downloaded and put in my game, but I don't remember which one this was, and I cannot. IsleRoux was one, and then I forget the other one. Was it Simlicie's save? It might have been. And I don't remember which one this one was, and I didn't write it in my notebook. So like I know I told you in the very beginning, like when we first started this challenge, but I don't remember now. So like, whoops. Anyway, um cuz I was like he could have been somebody's sim that they made, but he's not. He was born in game because I have aging on and Taco was a child, like obviously when I first put the Sims in Colorado, Ashton, all those people, whatever, I had like we had Ashton go meet what's his face and then get pregnant, blah blah blah, and then I just put him into labor and I aged the kids up from toddler babies to toddlers to children really fast. So we started the series when they were children. So theoretically, Taco now, like Christopher wouldn't have been born. You know what I mean? Especially 'cause he's about to age up too. So I wonder if he was at 17 of 17. So like he invited us to go to prom as friends, but is he gonna go to prom with us? Anyway, I was working on Kiyoshi right now. Kiyoshi's just I'm having him jog to try to because he's got the like fear of a dead end job. So I'm like, why don't we just have you go try to get your like fitness skill up, and then we'll have you get your charisma skill up a little bit, to try to get you a promotion, so maybe you get rid of fear of a dead end job. But you know how that works. Fear of a dead end job, got promoted. I have a fear of my job as a dead end job. You just got promoted today. Maybe simmer down. So it's not like it's gonna matter. Hi, bird. What you doing? Hi. I know. He's like, don't you normally record upstairs? And I'm like, yes, I normally do, but I'm sitting on my couch downstairs because all the audio got messed up. he was not with me the whole damn day. So he's like, now he's like, what the hell are you doing? Um, but yeah, so I don't think too much else happened. Obviously, we finished making the treehouse. Taco's losing his mind. Whatever. Somebody else died supposedly, but I don't know who because again, my game has been doing a weird thing today where a call will come through and I go to click on it, but then it like goes away and then they're sad because somebody died. But like I tried to click to answer the call, but I have no idea who died. So it said a close friend. So I was scrolling through and I'm like, it must be this chick. Because like that's the only person I don't know. Because like Leah died a while ago, but somebody else was there, and I'm like, it must be someone you knew from high school, but whatever. Um, it's fine. So anyway, back at school, and this is gonna be where Christopher, I think, asks us to go to prom as friends. So um yeah, I decided I'm like, you know what? Maybe I will go have you like I canceled the workout things and I'm like, I will have you go work out. You know what I mean? Like, sure, why not? Maybe you would, you know? I don't know. So I was just having him do some stuff, and then right as we're about to go to class, see, here comes Christopher. Look at that outfit. Look at that freaking shirt, and look at those shorts. Like, sweetie, I'm okay with mixing patterns, but like, good God. So anyway, that's where he asked us to go to prom as friends, and I was like, that's cute. I'm like, maybe we'll like slow dance and like, you know, um. But seriously, every single one of these Sims, when I clicked on the people he knows in the panel, were like, oh, we're having a fire drill. Wait, notice this. Indiana's like, all right, I'll leave. Do you see any other motherfucker walking out of this place? None of these assholes left. I don't think I've had a fire drill in my game before. I was like, oh yeah, shit, okay. I've seen other people have them, so I'm like, oh right, okay, yeah. I forgot they were a thing because I've never had them. But where the hell's everybody else? Why is everybody else just like chit chat? Like they're all dead. Every single person in my school died except for Christopher because he's outside. But can you believe it? The tragedy. None of those assholes even left. I don't even know why in Indiana was not in any hustle. He was texting on his phone the whole time. So like maybe a little I guess maybe I don't want them to panic run outside, but like you can have them run outside like they're panicked, but not like whatever. I don't know. Yeah, see, this is where I was going through and I'm like, why does he think everyone's attractive? Even the girl he hates. I think he hates her because she's the other cosplay girl, and he's like, I'm cosplay kid. You know what I mean? Um, the poor girl with chest and back hair. We should joke about body hair with her and see how offended she gets. I think you could see her at I mean, we've seen her before, and she's got all sorts of crazy like custom content on, but like, there she is with the wings. But I'm like, she's kind of cool. I like her. Like, I'm like, oh, and then I realized I was like, oh, that's the girl he hates. I was like, maybe he hates her because she cosplays too. like, like I don't know. And then I got a little pissed here because I was like, he was trying to have him go down and like be friendly with a faculty member, but because class was going to start, he just stops right here and then like waits and then go. And I'm like, God damn it, you could have been friendly to a faculty member before this, but whatever. So I think there was supposed to be an exam prep, but like, um, this was just like a little humor thing. Like the teacher makes a funny joke and nobody understands, and then he laughs and then he feels embarrassed, so he goes and cries in the toilet in a minute. Um, yeah, that's basically all that happened, and that's kind of it. He's back in his cosplay, and he's gonna cry because he's embarrassed, which I think is kind of funny. And I kind of forgot. I think there was supposed to be a like study session or something after school, and I was like, ah, shit. I sent him home, and I'm like, oh well, we'll just whatever happens, happens. So I don't think anything else was going on in the last like few minutes or whatever. I think I was just like, Jesus Christ, let me just take care of needs a little bit, cheat up London's needs so she's not exhausted. I gotta fix Taco and Kiyoshi because those assholes are always sleeping and waking up at 2 a.m. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap it here. I will see you guys next time. Hopefully there's no more audio issues. I apologize, but give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.